Uganda all in a row. They have also faced off a number of times in the finals, but also a number of times in the latter stages of tournaments. This one is the second time that they are facing off in an international competition, but a final. The first was in 2022, the All Africa Pool Championships at the OIDC in Zambia. The second one is today. It is Rukia Naiga, the elder sister of Rashida Motesi from the East African country of Uganda, meeting across the western border in Kenya. They are racing to
6 or first to 11. I mean best of 11, my bad.
Best of 11, race to 6. I want to call to your attention to come and watch some of the very best that the continent of Africa has got to offer in ladies pool, and no wonder the crowd is fired up and settled. They want to watch and see for themselves who of these two sisters is walking away as champion of the Grand Mchana Open Championship. By the way, a cool $1,500 in cash for the winner of this match. I'm sure there is a beautiful trophy, but then also $800 for coming second. Not a bad return for the two sisters who, by the way, play for the same pool team in the Uganda Pool League. They are normally always together. By the way, one thing I want to tell you is that why they are best friends in real life, on the table they are absolute rivals. Big rivals. Every time one of them beats another, they can spend a week without talking. Sometimes it can take the intervention of parents, their team captain Amina, and then some of their closer friends, just to reconcile and get things back together on the table. Every time they face off, that's what happens. Now Rashida is one that some consider the better of the two, but in terms of international competition, international accolades, Rukia, the lady that is donning white, ages it gets a little notch. She's aged 23, while Rashida is aged 21. All of them absolutely lovable, adorable to watch, not just on table but also in real life.
Unfortunate scratch on the break there by Rashida. She won the leg and opted to break first. It's alternate breaking, so we shall see Rashida breaking at all the odd numbered frames and Rukia breaking at all the even numbered frames. There was a foul break there from Rashida, and Rukia cruises on the yellows. She may record a red apple here, a reverse run. She snookered the ball she was intending to go for there. She actually snookered the other one as well. Is she preparing for a swerve here? Legal shot, though failed to pot. And Rashida is back in business. Peter, who would you think is the favorite between the two to win this matchup?
It's a match that I can never ever call unless I see where it goes. Maybe after 3, 4, 5 frames, then I see who of the players came with the better frame of form, better vein of form for the match. I just love watching them play, most especially when they are playing against each other. I would watch this match 10 times in a row before watching some of the men's games. By the way, in the last tournament that Rashida participated in Uganda, she participated in a men's comp. She was being head-started with +1 all the way to the final, playing against the very finest men that Uganda has to offer. She met Caesar in the final and beat her.
That's amazing. That
she
is
beat
a
her.
record and a half.
And some of the players she has been beating, Ugandan men, Turije Jonah has fallen victim before. Mansour has fallen victim. Ibrahim Kayanja has fallen victim. Same applies to Rukia. Just this year alone, she has beaten Mansour. She has beaten Ibrahim Kayanja. By the way, Rashida has also beaten Joseph Kasozi. And I'm just talking the top players, but even other players, those who are not on the top, have fallen victim to these ladies so many times before. That's why I want to call them, in terms of ladies pool, these sisters world class. That's how high I rate them.
I think it's not embarrassing at all for any man to
No.
It's not an embarrassment at all. Look at how they're queuing.
Most especially when Rashida was able to get a victory over Caesar in a comp final. That is when all the men started realizing that maybe when she beats me, it's not all that embarrassing at all. It's just someone who has played better than me on the day.
Was that a 2-frame or 1-frame head start, by the way?
It was a race to 7 in the final plus 2 head start. What happened was that Caesar won the first 4 frames, and then Rashida won the rest of them all in a row.
That was amazing. Rukia had been given a chance there after Rashida failed to clear, but it was a difficult chance that she had. And now advantage back to Rashida. Surely I think it's obvious here that it's game down. Fair to say, I think.
More likely than not, Rukia will not be getting more opportunity to play in this one. Some of the times they've been facing off maybe those that matter the most. There was the All Africa Pool Championships 2022, a race to 6 like this one, a final like this one. It ended 6-5, Rukia winning. There was the Nile Special National Open Pool Championship, Uganda's biggest event, the car competition in 2023. In the final, it was race to 6, and in the event of 5-5 with the elapse of time, then they had speed pool penalties. That's what the case was. It was 5-5 after the elapse of time. It went to speed pool penalties, which were won by Rukia by 1 second ahead of Rashida. That's how she won the car that she's driving today. But also so many other times. In terms of number of times between these two girls that they faced off, Rashida has the bigger head-to-head performance statistics. But in terms of the events that matter, like this one, the big comps, those are the ones in which Rukia has been winning her most of the time. And I want to dedicate this match to all of you who are watching, when you are players and when you are ladies. Watching from Zimbabwe, watching from Zambia, watching from Kenya, watching from South Africa, watching, of course, from Uganda, and all the countries in between where pool is played so crazily as it is. This match, if you are a female, is dedicated to you. That given determination and character and hard work, you can play as good as this pair of sisters. Rukia Naiga is 1-0 down on her younger sister Rashida Mutesi in the final of the Grand Mchana Open Pool Championship 2024. Now that is the big break from Rukia. In terms of description, she is more of the composed player, takes more time between shots, like to have a very distinct pattern. She is that more complete player who can play offense and also play defense quite simply, the same way and the same good way. And while for Rashida, she nicknames herself the beast because she is a true beast on the table. She likes going for each game. She likes winning by apple. She likes winning by break and finish. That is her favorite game. Memories of some of the so many times that they've been facing off, but this time a second big continental final in which they are facing off these girls.
Wow, man, Peter, Africa surely has talent in these girls. Oh, check that. I'm not sure if that red can go past that yellow, making its way to the corner pocket. Okay, she's going for center.
From our camera angle, at first it wasn't as if she was having good sight of that red ball as a center pocket. Now that she has spotted it, do you think she can make a clearance here? Will it come easy?
It won't come easy, but it's very possible. She can do it, and she can make it look easy. She's one of those players that make pool look easy. It's a marvel to watch. Surely a marvel to watch. Check that out. She's down to the last red before the black. Is this still her first visit, by the way, of this frame?
I beg your pardon?
I'm saying, is this still her first visit, by the way, this frame? It's so quick-paced.
Yes, it is. Normally they like having it that way. When one of them wins by a single visit clearance, the other likes to respond exactly the same.
So I tip her to pot this black, recording the first break and run of this matchup, and hoping Rashida can respond in the same manner. Oh, she just narrowly missed that. She could have recorded a break and dish there. Anyhow, chance to Rashida. Still with all 7 balls on the table. Peter, if you had to give this encounter a title, if it were a movie, if this were a movie we're watching right now, what would you title it?
I normally like to call the matches between themselves sister act. I have Sister Act Part
Sister
1,
Act
Sister
3.
Act Part... No, this is like... on my YouTube channel, I have like Sister Act up to Part 8. The many times they've been facing off. So this one could easily be Sister Act Part 9. That's how I call the matches between the two.
Awesome movie. Which one's Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah. I'm being silly. Anyway.
Yeah.
Rashida's shooting away here. Nice and steady. 6 yellows to go. Do you think she'll clear?
This one can't be easy at all, especially looking at the complexion of those yellows. Look at those two near that cushion on the right. Then the third one, then the black. But again, Rashida being Rashida, you can never say never. They also paired up to win the Holy Cup Championships in 2023 as a pair. They just washed away each and every pairing, most especially those from South Africa, other pairs from Uganda. They are best friends, these girls, in life. They are always together, taking pictures, selfies together, smiling together, laughing together, eating on the same plate, but on the pool table, they are complete enemies. That much I can tell you. It is a bigger rivalry when they take on themselves than when Priscilla Chisoro takes on Christine Sengwe. And I hope that probably some of those girls in Zimbabwe are watching.
High five to my girls back home if you're watching. Hope you're enjoying and taking notes from these two sisters. I surely am. I hope I can play like them one day. Look at that cut on the black. Gone wrong. Do not scratch. Unfortunately, spoke too soon. She scratched. Chance back to Rashida.
And with that scratch, Rukia should be knowing that more likely than not, she is going 2 frames down in this relatively short race to 6. It is a match that Rashida, I want to think that wants to win so badly more than Rukia, most especially that first round exit from a very surprising first round exit in the car competition to the hands of Zaimat. Probably she's your friend Zaimat.
Oh,
she
yes.
did beat her by, it was 5-1. It was 4-1 then time elapsed as a race to 5, at which was a timed race. When she was, many of the viewers expected her to be maybe the favorite to win the car. The one that got won by Anka Sheila. She was beaten in the first round. In fact, after being beaten, she told me, she asked me, when are we leaving for Nairobi? Her mind was immediately switched to this event, which she has now in the final, and the chance now to go 2 frames down. And I like that kind of psychological temperament.
Yeah, Rashida's still shooting away here. Very resilient in her approach. Down to 1 last yellow. Don't quite fancy the position of the cue ball there, but I'm sure she can handle it. Just an inch or 2 more would have been ideal. Let's see how she fares here. How's that for cue ball management? You know, she made it look so easy, but trust me,
it was not as easy as she made her look. She made it look, but just like you said, that's why sometimes for me I just run out of superlatives when these ladies are playing, most especially against each other. It is normally a top class match. Even as a man, as someone who has ever played pool before, I could only dream of playing to the level these girls are playing now. It's now 2-0, the younger sister in the lead. A match that is being watched so closely, I believe most likely in Uganda, but they are just watching with the neutral face. That is the look of Rukia, a little bit disappointed in the current score. She has all that it takes to make a comeback, but she knows that she's playing against a lady who has also more than what it takes to stop her from making that kind of comeback. Yes, she does have that Kenyan flag worn on her arm. I like that. Will I call it patriotism? Maybe appreciating the fact that this tournament is being so well staged in Kenya. Our umpire is Kisto Sisenda, the guy that I like to call Kenya's #1 umpire. So consistent, has very big stamina. I like how firm and how knowledgeable, also how stable he is, even up to the latter stages of tournaments when she was officiating. He can officiate for 10 hours a day and remain strong and untired, only taking just water in between. I like the passion of the umpires as well. Rashida now to break. She normally hits the top ball, which she does, and yet it is a dry break. And now, Priscilla, the player, which color of balls will she be going for in a frame like this one?
If I was the one on the table here, I think I'd be fancying the reds. Reds are looking slightly better. I think it's largely due to that red that's sitting in the pocket, blocking off the path of 4 yellows. Although it could easily be solved with a skill shot. Oh, that's very bold. She started with that one, sending it in. You know, most of us players, those that are not as confident as these two, would have left that ball there.
Yes, in terms of what she was planning, as if she were listening to, she wanted to play the reds, but wanted to open up the corresponding corner pocket now on the top left. She came short. It's a frame that she's going for, but she knows that that red ball, that yellow ball that is in front of that red could come to haunt her at some time in this frame. And this match is also being watched by their sponsor for this event, a joint sponsor, by the way. He's called the Honorable, a Member of Parliament in Uganda, Honorable Gideon Onyango, who is also chairman of the club for which they play. That is Mukono Pool Club. And that is the shot that Rukia was exactly looking for. The kind of white ball she has given to herself is the one. It is the only one she wanted. She will want to try and play that red ball she's looking at, probably off the yellow. In the same shot, try to open up the pocket, make it possible for even that red that is behind the yellow to be potted, maybe to that same corner pocket. Or better still, play a safety shot, play that red ball not to get potted. That is the shot, probably going for safety. She is normally very cautious. This time she does as though she was listening to me, goes for power, opens up the pocket, and I think it is a very effective shot. She gets a round of applause from the fans, and that is a very necessary applause, isn't it, Priscilla?
Yes, and just look at my skin there.
Yes. She's having goosebumps, Priscilla, because of the performance of these ladies.
Oh, yes. I like it.
They are like her younger sisters, and you, like a person who normally interacts with them, do you realize it that they are very reserved in real life?
Yes, very reserved.
They just want to sit there sometimes.
And smile.
They smile sometimes in solitude, sit there. Maybe unless someone is like their very close friend, they like to be in public but not being part of the big group, to be in public but to be on their own. But then when they get on table, then you see that beastness being unveiled from them. They like to use the acoustics to do the talking. I don't really understand why the game is stalling for now. Yes, there is a broken glass for which service is needed just to clean the table playing area for the safety of the players. Of course, in sports it is the athlete's safety first.
These two sisters from Uganda are a marvel to watch, surely. Can we get some predictions in the comments section? How do you think this encounter will end? Who do you think will win this final?
Here we go. The service of Mchana Pub and Grill is part of what is being showcased here by the service providers by the steward. And thereafter, it shall be a continuation of play. Rukia Naiga trying to win a first frame against her sister in an attempt to make a comeback, try to be the first to 6, trying to win the trophy that is the Grand Mchana Open Pool Championship, which is the very first having ladies category involved. And I like the fact that ladies have not been lined up to play against men, as sometimes it is. And of the big African comps that are normally organized, the other one is the one that is organized by Priscilla's friends in Blawayo at Queen Sports Club. I like these two now because of the fact that ladies are given opportunity to compete amongst themselves, not exactly to compete against men, because they stand little or no chance at all with money at stake. Rutaisiri Robert is predicting 6 for Rashida to win. A little bit of not a very strong prediction. After all, she is leading 2-0. I won't say that you're very strong, Rutaisiri Robert. Louis, thank you for watching. Appreciating myself and Priscilla. Richard Obama. You want me to greet for you, Priscilla? She's read it herself, eh? But Richard, Priscilla is married. Muhez Rogers, thank you for watching. George Omara is asking for the time for the men's final. Keep your fingers crossed, it will be coming live your way on this same YouTube channel with all these fantastic camera angles and top class camera, and of course a world class match. In my opinion, Caesar will be playing against the winner between Moses Mafia and Innocent Sami, a match that is right now being played and streamed on other streaming platforms. According to the noise I hear from that side, it's very likely that Mafia is leading because the Chipolo Polo music is banging in the room next door. Rukia Naiga pulls one back against Rashida Motes. It is 2 for the younger sister and 1 for the elder sister. Welcome to the Mchana Pool Club YouTube channel. That is Rashida, maybe contemplating what is happening next. And it was the second apple of the match. How often do you see that when it is ladies playing against ladies? 3 frames played, 2-1, 2 apples, and it's ladies. One was a reverse dish and another is by break and finish. And then of course they are participating in the Ugandan Pool League, and both of them are leading the scorers charts at the midway point of the season. They are also leading in terms of the break and finish count in the Ladies Pool League, with Rashida with 3 apples and Rukia with 2. But this coming year, they have gotten a new competitor in town, the new champion, that is Anka Sheila, who has also been participating in this competition, but she came a little bit short. Also, hands big up to the other ladies that have been participating. About 23 from Kenya, 1 from Zimbabwe. Guess who? Priscilla Chisoro. 1 from Zambia. There were 2 ladies that were registered to play from Tanzania, but their participation did not come to pass. What has come to pass is a fair break by Rukia Naiga with a very good split of the balls. Reds concentrated on one half of the table and yellows in the other half. She chooses to go for the yellows, for the reds, and leaves an open table. This one should be advantage Rashida. Isaac Sams, it's rest to 6, not 9, eh? Louis, you're asking me to come back with Mchana cameras. The videography team are watching and listening. They want me to come back with one of the cameras. I believe they'll be doing it for me and for you. Brasio Luanga is asking if the Moses Mafia game is done. It's not yet done, but I believe he's in the lead. Charity Andrew, thank you for watching. And this stream is purely organized by the Mchana Pool Club through its internal service providers and is nowhere associated to ATA. That is a clarification by Mchana Pool Club. Vincent Njeru, you are predicting Rukia to win 6-3. That's interesting. That means to you, Rashida can at most win only 1 more frame out of the next 7. That is so brave of you. And just the player you are predicting to lose is the player in offense right now. She is nicknamed the Beast. And when she is on table, when she is queuing, you get to know exactly why that name of the Beast is deserving. Rukia used to be nicknamed the Real Shooter. Since then, she stopped those things of having nicknames. It's the only nickname I have known for herself. Look at how Rashida is controlling the white ball, using Rukia's yellow as support, making it look so easy, manipulating the white ball in between her opponent's balls. Most likely a backspin, drawing the white ball backwards to put black ball to the center, or playing it a little bit softer to try and put that black ball to the corner pocket where she's standing right now. Goes for the big backspin. Accurate, accurate, accurate. The crowd is wowed and amazed at this 21-year-old from Uganda who is shooting with skill and finesse and technique, and she leads 3-1. Richard Ocha, you are watching. Thank you for always watching. Brian Nyariki is updating us about Mofia's 4-3 lead. And you think Rashida is playing like Sejemba Ibra? Ocha Richard? Probably a fan of Ibra. Davis Ahumza, stop it. Stop disturbing Jerry. He's waiting to play third place match against the loser of the match between Mofia and Sami. Msifuni Seleman, thank you for watching. You are supporting Rukia. You think she's good in shooting and will win the match. All right, let's see how it goes. Otherwise, it is 3-1. It is the younger sister in the lead. And while they will travel back in the same bus, I have my big doubts that they will share, they will sit, they will share the same seat as they did when they are coming to Mchana. That is the big break from Rashida, and yet she gets to put one red. Not a very good split of the balls, but maybe she can still fancy her chances when she breaks, when she puts the ball on the break, and when the cue ball remains on the table. Normally her aim is to finish the frame in one visit of the table. Thanks, Alan Mwonge. Mark Martinio. My friend Priscilla is a little bit tired. She's drinking water. She's been speaking all through the day, and it was only necessary to bail her out, at least for the ladies' final. Maybe we share some duties in the next match. There are 2 more finals to go, not so? The team final and the men's final. Also a third place match in the ladies category which is going on. There's also a third place match in the men's category which is also ongoing, as well as a third place match in the team event. So while the tournament is in its evening, there is still a lot of pool to play. The team event does provide some reason for some of the players who did not do well in the singles to have their own way of triumphing, most especially the Chile's team, Kenyan team. I just realized in this competition that the Kenyans are stronger at the team event than they are when they play individually. When they team up, you just get to see the best of them. I just wish them good luck in the team event. The more balls that Rashida puts, a frame that is looking like this, you can just start to think that the more trouble she gets in if she doesn't finish the frame off. The pot is on. White ball is managed quite brilliantly, like she always does. She must be on target here. Roll that red ball to the corner pocket, top right of your screen. Have a little top spin on the white ball following the red to give herself an easy way, if she puts the ball, the red ball, of putting even the second red to the corresponding corner pocket on the top left. And it is a shot on target. How often do you see a lady shooting this good? Rukia doesn't believe what is hitting her. Rashida can only hope for a clearance, which will be, in my opinion, the better of them all that she would have gotten in this match so far. The apple is still on by the lady that is, in my opinion, the queen of apples on the entire continent. As long as she puts that black to the corner pocket closest to your screen on the left, it will be break and dish number 3 for the match, but for the second for herself. Look at that kind of miss. After playing so well right from the break, potting 7 reds in one visit of the table, she gets to miss a black quite unexpectedly, a chance that will most likely be utilized by her sister to win a second for herself. And sometimes in matches of this magnitude, there can be a turning point. That one can be one. And I just think that should Rukia win this match, then Rashida will be looking back at that moment she missed the black with regret rather than with pride.
Just checking out some of your comments in the comment section there. I see Mark Martinho asking, did the Uganda national ladies champ participate? Anka Sheila, yes, she did participate. She was eliminated, I believe, by fellow countryman Angela. Was in the last 8 or last 16 matchup. Peter confirms it was the last 8. Anka Sheila, she's got several names. Oh, last 16, he says. Well, what are other names? Why so many names?
Well, she is Kenyan-born Ugandan. You know, Uganda and Kenya share the same border, so she has a Kenyan dad and a Ugandan mom. She grew up in Kenya. When she became of age, she was taken to stay with her mother in the district of Jinja in Uganda. So in Kenya, she is Anka Sheila. So she had a Kenyan passport for a long time. After settling in Uganda, her mom gives her her maternal names as Marion Chisache, which are Ugandan names. So it even took her a long time deciding which of the two countries to play for between Uganda and Kenya, and that's why she took so long to start playing with the Ugandan national team, because she had not made up her mind. When she did make it up, she got a Ugandan passport. Of course, even Ugandan laws were revised to allow dual citizenship. You can be a citizen of Uganda but also a citizen of another country. So she's a citizen of Uganda and she's a citizen of Kenya, holding passports for both countries. The Kenyan passport holds the name Anka Sheila. The Ugandan passport holds the name Marion Chisachi. It is legal. That's what her parents chose for her. So that's why she has both of her names, both of those names.
Thank you. That's very insightful. I've always wondered, hey, thanks for letting us know. I mean, I think she made an obvious choice there to go with the Ugandan she-cranes as opposed to going with the Kenyans. Well, here I think she'd have no competition. Judging from the level of the play, just matter-of-factly, Ugandans generally are better than the Kenyan ladies. She would outshine them all here. But in Uganda, she's good, really good competition. But she decided to go with the better crew, the one that's more likely to grab accolades internationally. Meanwhile, back here, the action is still on. Rukia shooting away. How's that for a great pot?
She just got the movement of her white ball wrong, white ball intercepting the red and playing it a little bit dead. Now, potting that last yellow that she's having could affect the final white ball she could have. Like you can see, while you would tip her to pot that yellow ball, there is just that little chance that she will miss it because of the angle that she has to cut it. If she does miss it, then it can only be regrettable for herself. But 8 times out of 10, she will be potting this one. Maybe she will move the white ball the whole length of the table, bouncing off the cushion, moving towards the midpoint of the table, getting herself an accurate cut, an accurate angle on the black to the corner pocket. Now on the bottom right of your screen for the elder sister to make it 2, which she does. Quite is safe. Rukia 2, Rashida 3, rest to 6. As umpire Kisto Sisenda flips his scoreboard, and as Rukia tries to calm herself down by just admiring her Kenyan jewelry. That was the turning point of this frame. And the action of Rukia in stealing the frame away from Rashida to make the scoreline a little bit more interesting and close. And then that's how the frame was won by Rukia. And coming up next, I want to think will be one of the finals, either the team final or the men's singles final.
I believe the team's final is scheduled to be played first before the men's final.
And do you have the team final on 2 or 1 table?
One table.
1 table, rest to 13. That will take quite a lot of time.
Yeah, so maybe they may have adjusted something. I may be wrong. It might be 2 now. Maybe 2.
Yeah, because if you use 1 table for a rest to 13 in a team event, it will take the whole of 4 hours.
Oh, it will take hours. Totally. You're right. Let's see. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll talk to Martin, the tournament director, and the team that is working with him, Joseph Mugisha. Collins Towe. Well, Davis Homza, she plays for the Kenya national team, though I don't know who exactly you are meaning.
I think he's talking about Sheila, the lady we were talking about just now.
No, she plays for the Uganda national team. She doesn't play for Kenya. At one time, she almost chose to play for Kenya, but because of the fact that she was playing in the Uganda Pro League, she probably because of proximity to the Ugandans, that's why she is playing for Uganda. But she's so loved, by the way, and adored in Kenya. She knows the country so well. She speaks fluent Swahili language. And just late last month, by the way, she got married to her longtime fiancé, Nicholas. What a year she's had, winning all the big comps of the Plus session, getting married and winning the car.
I heard earlier in May this year, May or so, she decided to start driving lessons. And this was in the hope that she would win the Nile Open in November. She was looking forward to the car and decided to get a driver's license. That's faith. Is that true?
Faith, and I don't know how I can describe, but I had a chat with her husband. Her husband told me that he planned to buy her a car maybe as a wedding gift, but Sheila told him that, wait, before buying, I have a chance to get one only out of my talent. And it came to pass that way. But before then, her husband sponsored her driving lessons. And a few weeks before the National Open Finals, she had gotten her driver's license. But seems like Rashida is not getting a winning license for this frame, because she seems to have gotten herself partially snookered. Both of the reds are not portable in a normal and direct shot. She could play the little part of the red that she's seeing, only to play it into space and pray and hope that Rukia doesn't make a clearance as she did in the previous frame. The difference between these two players is so minimal. It can take only one miss of a shot, one bad break, one dry break, and then it will determine whether the frame is won by one player or the other.
I see Lewis there in the comment section saying, basically giving Mchana their flowers for the awesome coverage. I know, right? Kudos, high five to Mchana for this very well managed and planned event. Awesome cameras, awesome setup. High five to those that are behind it, the tournament organizers, CT, Fahad, Yusuf, Trevor, Jimmy, and the camera crew. Several people are going behind this production, ensuring that they give you good value for your money and time. Good entertainment, good equipment, good shots on the table, awesome, good vibes. Even in the venue here, it's happening at Mchana Pub and Grill. Whether you're here in person or watching live, I'm sure you are enjoying it as much as I am.
And what about 4 million Kenya shillings in terms of the prize pot? One of these players will be getting $1,500, the other will be getting $800, but their cash prize is up to the top 16 ladies. The 16th will be getting the whole of $100. The same applies to the men's event, but the men are getting even more money, of course, because of the bigger number of the participants. Number one for the men will be getting the whole of $6,000. That can be a life-changing amount of money for someone who plans it well. I was part of the victory party for Ibra last year when he won the Grand Mchana, and it was a very happy celebration at Roxbury. But look at a very happy shot. I just want this one probably to be replayed by the video crew of Mchana. How even does a female player dare to play a shot that good? The penultimate shot, the penultimate red, as she tried to make that clearance. Rashida Motesi, you are looking at a total phenomenon of a player. She extends her lead to 4 against 2. And there she is, looking forward to winning 2 more. Rashida cannot look even at the face of her sister, who is wearing now a confident face, like you can see. Almost starting to smile, almost seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, that maybe she's getting herself an international trophy for the very first time, but also $1,500 money made only in 3 days, but by just shooting them balls on the table. As umpire Kistos Senda racks frame number 7.
Dixon Mjimi in the comment section there, I see you asking, so the two are blood sisters. I suppose you came a little late to the party. It was established the two are blood sisters, with Rukia being the older sister, 23-year-old Rukia, and 21-year-old Rashida. I see somebody asking as well about whether Caesar, asking why Caesar didn't take part in the team events. He did. He was part of the Atta Warriors, but the Atta Warriors did not make it to the final.
They were beaten in the quarterfinals by Tanzania's Snipers Pool Club.
They turned from warriors to warriors, unfortunately for them. Anyway, we should be getting to watch the team event finals after this. It'll be another exciting encounter. A very loud one. I'm looking forward.
Very, very loud one. There's going to be lots of noise. The Zambians have all the noise, but the Kenyans will be even louder. So look forward to the music and the singing, but most importantly, the shots. For now, the shots are being produced mostly by Rashida on her elder sister Rukia in a race to 6 for the victory of the Grand Mchana Open Pool Championship ladies category. White ball moved a little bit with a stroke of luck, but also guided by a stroke of genius from Rashida. And they're always dreadlocked Rashida.
Peter, do you see that comment there in the comment section from Davis Ahomuza? He says the man has all the inside history. You are a walking, talking encyclopedia, hey? You're like filled with so much info in your brain. How do you store all that up? Ah, kudos, man. You know it all.
For me, I just take it like you knowing an actor and knowing all their movies. When you love a musician, you will master all of their songs. When you love the sport as much as you just end up knowing everything that is in and out of the sport. That's how I just take it. I don't even intend to master it, but I just like it. Every time I see something, it just gets to the back of my mind, and when I have a chance to talk it out, I do, especially now that it adds value to the whole thing that is the sport.
Okay, it's in his DNA. Not a good shot there from Rukia in terms of positioning. Very uncomfortable takeoff she's facing here. She needs to pull up her socks a little. Trailing 3-2. It's been trailing since the beginning, but she's fighting hard. Looking very composed, very confident, very focused. They're both looking smart on and off the table, giving the game the respect it deserves, and definitely giving us a good show. What a miss. It was difficult, to be fair. And Rashida is back in business. She should maybe be taking that red to the top left corner pocket. Not red, sorry, yellow. Left corner top pocket. She has a good chance of running this now and taking it to 4-2. She refuses for big sister to play catch up here.
Actually, one thing that really makes them big rivals Rukia being a little bit older, in 2016 at the age of 15, that's when she bounced onto the scene as a player with the Samona club in Uganda. She was only, most of the time, an unused substitute in the league matches, but at the end of the year, she was able to win the Christmas Cup Championship of the Police Station of Uganda as a very young girl. But in between then and 2018, Rashida was so dominant on her sister to the fact that it got to the bitter end of Rukia, making the two players rivals, because now they have been competing for number 1 and 2 positions in Uganda since then. But for now, the younger Rashida is up against the black for the 5th time in this match, which makes her now 5-2 up, needing 1 frame, and while Rukia needs 4 out of the remaining 4. Rukia has no more chance to blink, to miss a ball, to miss a shot, to miss a frame. If she does, she will be reserved to the 2nd position on her younger sister. And of course, there are a number of Ugandans in the stands watching the match, but normally the instructions when it's Ugandan versus Ugandan, the fans who are Ugandan are normally advised not to show any support to anyone. Even if they do, they shouldn't show it. Is it how it's done when it is Ezim versus Ezim? That don't show support, when the rest of the team are encouraged not to show support to anyone, they should just let go, just watch and enjoy.
No, we're not really told what to do in terms of who to support or who not to support. People just choose who to support, and generally people are patriotic. If we are outside of our countries, outside of our borders, we do support each other, even though we may be rivals at home on the table. Outside of our borders, we stand with our own. But if it's a Zimbabwean versus a Zimbabwean, I generally struggle to pick a side. Yeah, I struggle.
Yeah, now, if you show support to one of them, won't the other feel a little bit undone by you?
I don't know how they'd feel. They don't normally say it out, but yeah, it's tricky when you have 2 countrymen facing each other. Very, very tricky.
So for us players, I told that don't show support to anyone. Just let go. Just watch and enjoy. Let others support who they want to support. But for you as a teammate, don't show support. In the meantime, the 23-year-old Rukia Naiga is living dangerously because her sister has been outplaying and outthinking, outshooting, outwinning her for the first 7 frames that have seen Rashida taking a 5-2 lead in a race to 6. This frame, this match is on. It's a time tournament. Shots are supposed to be taken in not more than 40 seconds. At the elapse of 40 seconds, the player would, if they wouldn't have made the shot, would have committed a time foul unless they did ask for an extension of 10 seconds, and that extension can only be given once in the match. I've not seen anyone asking for it as yet. What I'm seeing is Rukia trying to win a 3rd. It's not so out of her reach, but a 6th for Rashida is equally not so out of her reach. That's good shooting. That's what it is when a player has class. In one moment, the frame is bad. In the next moment, the frame is good. Here comes Rukia.
I don't know why I have a feeling Big Sister may play catch up here. Catching up to play a decider. Big Sister may do that. Joined by Evans Okocha, fellow commentator. What do you think of this game so far?
Goodness me, I've actually just been somewhere outside there following this game closely under the very good top-notch commentary of yourself, Priscilla and Chobe. And I want to assure you that the quality is exquisite. And the commentary, something to die for. Top stuff from both of you. Thank you so much. And I think some very good reviews from the fans as well. I mean, these 2 sisters are a phenomenon, as Chobe says, because coming into this tournament, by the way, let me tell you, one thing I checked was the bracket. The moment I saw that they are on the different sides of the bracket, I knew we are properly set up for a possible sisters final. And I think this has come to pass. And while I'm at it, I don't know how close Rukia Naiga is close to pull this one back. What are the chances here? I mean, I think Rashida Mutesi having lost that Nile Open final, Chobe, that was something that really affected her. And I remember speaking to you about it, in terms of how her emotions were affected, and that they are good friends and they are sisters, but on the table, they are very, very big, competitors to each other.
They are best friends in life. They are worst enemies on the pool table. After Rukia beat Rashida in that Nile Car Comp final, it took Rashida 2 weeks just to get out of the house. She did not pick any phone call. She did not want to speak to anybody. She has a best friend, a player herself called Sandra, Sula's baby mama. She's the one who talked her up to try and encourage her to love the sport again. She lost love for pool for some good time. It took her 2 months to start playing pool again. And when she played again, she lost in the first round for so many events. I remember we were together in Uganda for the end of year comp in Matuga. You remember she lost in the first round. That was the time she had been beaten in the around 2 months prior in the car competition. It wasn't until March or April this year that we started seeing the best of her again. It had to take some people who know how to talk up people, psychologists in a way. Otherwise, that girl had lost love for pool completely simply by winning the tournament that she wanted the most. The thing is that she had won then 9 tournaments of the Pool Association of Uganda in a row, and she wanted just that one more comp that could make her owner of a car, and she was beaten. That was so devastating to her. It's very good for me now to see that she is back to her best after losing out in the car competition, this time in the first round this year. She didn't take it bad, she took it calm. I went to talk to her to console her that hard luck, next time better. She told me, when are we leaving for Mchana? Just about 10 minutes after losing. That means that this year she's now a bigger girl in her mind. She's not the bad loser she used to be. She takes defeat quite easily, not like it used to be. That is, I think, why she's a better player in the Grand Mchana than she would have been if she had the attitude she had last year.
I mean, some very good insights there, and while Amatete, she seems to be on a frame that she can possibly clear Rashida, especially being the younger one and having lost that big title in the Nile Open. Does this feel like a real proper redemption at international stage for her?
While the Nile Open offers the bigger prize being a car, this event is international in nature. It always defines you as a sports personnel to win some competition out of your own home soil. And Rukia has won 2 competitions out of Uganda. There was the Eastern African Southern Championships in Lusaka 2020. Then 2 years later, 2022, she won the All Africa Pool Championships. On one of those occasions, beating Rashida in the final. Rashida had never won a comp outside Uganda prior to today. That's why this one is so important. Yes, she lost in the big comp, the car competition, but this one is another special way, and it's a big consolation for losing that car.
Indeed, great. And I think some very funny comments there about this great lady that you call Sula's baby mama. What's her name? So we just big her up.
Sandra.
Sandra, very well done in terms of just encouraging Rashida to get back to her best. But now back to you, Priscilla. I think if this game keeps going the way I see it does, this lady could be clawing back. Rukia Naiga. Don't you see that?
Yeah, big sister is clawing back. Peter, if Rukia wins this, do you think we'll have another week of silent treatment here, or there'll be some bitterness if Rukia wins this? Do you reckon?
It will take especially if Rukia wins, it will be such a painful defeat to Rashida. I think they will not share the same seat in the car as they did when we are coming, and it may take the intervention of their dad to bring them back. That is normally how sad it is for the matches between themselves.
Oh, sad indeed. But I mean, it's part of the sport. It's nice that they're best friends in real life. They're sisters, and obviously love each other to death. But on the table, it's an opposite case. On the table, it's literally no love lost. They are enemies on the table. No love lost on the table. But they love each other off the table. I love this encounter. Very lovely to see. Anyway, look here, back at it. Very tricky frame to clear here. That little meeting there with the 2 reds, the black and the yellow. I think is where the whole game lies. She may be cannoning just about now. She managed to open up one down. Yeah, she may play a bank shot on the other red, or some shot else, some other cannon. But it's still tricky.
If I were a player on the reds, as is Rukia, I wouldn't tamper with that corner pocket now on the bottom right of the screen, because it is not easy for Rashida either to put her own yellow unless she gets a very accurate white, which always doesn't come easy. So you play safe and wait for an opportunity, and probably the opportunity comes. But unfortunately, she has played herself out of the opportunity I'm talking about. It was that was so complacent and so risky and so ill thought. She ends up giving out the frame, opening it up for the exact wrong player, Rashida, who, when given chance to take $1,500 and a trophy in one visit of the table, Rashida will never ever hesitate.
And I think it's safe to say they'll be sharing a seat on the way back to Kampala.
Yes, they will. Maybe they won't. I don't know how easy Rukia will be taking this, because I am now already assuming that Rashida is Grand Mchana ladies champion.
I heard she once cried, literal tears, like tears. Rukia, the one time she was beaten by Rashida in a tournament she really, really wanted to win.
It's more than once. Yeah, more than once, more than twice, maybe more than thrice.
I think that's it, Shobek. I think that's it. This game is really over. This game is really over. Stand up for the champion. Rashida Mutesi clears the frame. Bang. Stand up for the champion. The two sisters. Just a slight fist bump. Let's get an interview out of the list, ladies.
So I'm just going to conduct a very brief interview. It will be in her own language, then we shall be doing the translation. Ekisooka, congratulations, oli muwanguzi. Olwaleero wangudde tournament y'esooka ebweru wa Uganda, kitegeeza ki gy'oli?
Essanyu ly'amaanyi nebeera kimu nti y'amaanyi okubanga mpangaliddeko ku ttaka eteriyewa.
She says it gives her great joy to win her first comp outside the Ugandan soil, and she will go back as a very happy person to Uganda. Final. Olowooza ye ng'omuntu nga mukwano gwo newankubadde olwaleero abadde opponent wo, ye kino kiri kitya gy'ali nga Rukia?
Ekisooka simanyi, naye kyemmanyi era tasobola kuwulira bubi nga mpangudde. Kiyinza omuyisa obubi naye tasobola kuyisibwa bubi nnyo nga mpangudde.
Well, she says that her elder sister Rukia may be hardly done by the defeat, but she doesn't think that Rukia will take her. She will take it that bad, because you know sport is sport. Wawangula mu tournament ya National Open y'emmotoka e Kampala tewasuka first round. Tusuubira nti kino tugambe nti wano ogasseewo.
Era ninga agasseewo wadde era tekiringa kiri naye era kizaamu ku maanyi.
Well, she says that this tournament is a consolation for not winning the car competition in Uganda, but it gives her strength that after that big miss, she has another big win. Okusembayo finally, obuwanguzi buno bani wali yagadde okutunira bali bawali yagadde okwebaza ng'omuwanguzi olwaleero tournament ebweru wa Uganda.
Okusookera ddala ngenda kusooka neebaze ttiimu yange gye nazze nayo, neebaza honorable atuteekamu ssente ttiimu mukono, yatwaddemu ssente okujja wano, tweyanziza tweyanze.
Well, she's thanking her teammates, all those who traveled with her, those who have been staying with her in her stay of Nairobi. She's also thanking the Honorable Gideon Onyango, who is her sponsor for this trip. That was it. Rashida Mutesi is champion of the Grand Mchana Open Championship for the very first time, having ladies in participation. Congratulations to her. Up next, we are having the men's team event. It is going to be Team Chili's